Okay, I don't know who's gonna hear these videos, if anybody. I will hope that everybody who got COVID-19 would listen to them, but if not, so be it. Anyway, if it's just my family, it's just my family. But I was talking to my sisters, and I was saying about a man who died. He came in 7 days in the hospital, came in on the Monday, died on the Monday. Family never seen him. He was this one day he was there, and the next day he was gone. All gone. Um, and they were saying how it would be the isolation in the mind. And I started laughing because isolation for somebody who's prepared is solitude, a solace. Now, most people don't handle self-correction very well. Correction very well, period. But self-correction, reflecting, looking on the inside for the rejuvenation of solitude. Now, there was, back in, I believe, the 1600s. I'm not completely sure when it was, but the way that the prison systems are set up currently, um, was the the front thinking scholars of the time. Now, I want to be very clear about this. This is not prison per se. It's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you how to survive isolation. Now, the very first thing you have to do to survive isolation is to have an enemy. Now, you can have an internal enemy. You can have an external enemy. But you have to have an enemy. There's no getting through solitude or getting through isolation without having an enemy. You have to first become covert in all your actions, because it's isolation. No one is supposed to know what you're doing. I don't know what you know. I know what I know. And here, let's go back over my credentials. I spent 5 years, 5 years, 8 months, 29, 27, 28 days and 2 minutes in prison in the state of South Dakota. Um, Roughly 6 months of that was in the hole. Um, During my while I was in South Dakota, and another 6 months, 7 months was in the hole awaiting trial in county jail. Awaiting trial or specific trials in county jails. So I have an extensive amount of experience with being in isolation, or being in a hole, or in a shoe segregating housing. Uh, I can tell you that the average person would go crazy at the idea of being in a hole. No matter what kind of hole it is. I was in the deep dark hole. I was in the bright sunshiny hole. I was in the um lock you up in the hole. So I've been in several different kind of holes. I have survived them all. So now, when it comes to isolation, the very first thing is you got to have an enemy. So we're going to break this down real quick. So you have to have an enemy. The enemy could be your failures, your inability, or your desires, or what have you. But you have to have that enemy. It could be the prison guards. It could be the nursing staff. It could be anything that you need to plot against. That you have a enemy. You keep all your activities secret from that point on. Once you know who your enemy is, your enemy becomes. You have to clearly define your enemy and why they are there. Once you define your enemies, then you have to have an end goal. What are you trying to achieve? Physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Once you have those things clearly defined, you begin on your plan. Exercising, studying, evaluating, and marking your future plans, and you put those things in action. That's it. So let it come to you.